Okay, now we're recording. So we're talking about targeted marketing versus mass marketing. Um, Mass marketing is what we all initially do, I think. And what um, I know I'm looking through, like I looked through my posts today trying to think like I haven't been intentionally targeted, like marketing a targeted audience per se, like I need to be. And you can tell by my post because um, mass marketing is basically casting like a really wide net and just hoping that anybody will jump in, right? What mass marketing leads to is having people join your team, or having customers that aren't really here for what we want them to be or what you want them to be. Um, when you just are, when you're basically having a mindset of, okay, I'm going to post and I'm going to reach out and I don't care who joins my team as long as someone joins my team. Um, that's just going to result in a lot of heartache. I don't know about you guys, but I've definitely had that mindset a lot. And it's something that I have to really correct in myself because I'm sure you guys can have seen this or experienced this too. But when we get so excited when anyone says they want to join, right? Like, I'm not going to tell someone, like, oh, no, thank you. But the way we market can um, kind of bring people in that we actually want to work with and bring customers in that you're going to relate to, and they're going to be able to relate to you and be like long lasting customers. So when we have this mass marketing mindset of, I'm going to post, I'm going to reach out, and I don't care who joins my team as long as someone joins my team. That is scarcity mindset. And I know we've talked about that before, the difference in scarcity mindset and abundance mindset. But when you have the mindset of, I just want someone to join my team and I don't care who it is, most of the time, what that's going to result in is you spending a lot of time with somebody, trying to raise them, as in like get them to have an entrepreneurial mindset, trying to get them to um, get on team calls, trying to get them to do their IPAs. Have you guys ever added somebody and you can't even hardly get them to do their welcome checklist? And it's like pulling teeth to get them to do their welcome checklist. They probably shouldn't be ambassadors in the first place, right? But we get so excited about anybody that wants to join us. I can't tell you how many hours I've spent um, just pouring into somebody that has never really wanted it, right? They haven't really wanted it as bad as I wanted it for them. Um, so having a strategy of who we are marketing to, um, we're still going to have those people that join us that don't really see the vision. This isn't like a, foolproof, like everyone that joins you now because you're targeting them is going to be great. But we're going to actually be able to attract people who want this and who we will work well with, because you want people to join you that are like you. And so focusing on targeted marketing is really smart. After this call, I encourage you guys to go, and I listened to a bunch of videos today. There are so many different leaders and information just on YouTube alone. If you YouTube targeted marketing, there are so many videos with different takes on it and different ways to do it. And I mean, you can educate yourself a ton on this. And yeah, so I encourage you to do that. But if you have a pen and paper in front of you, I'm going to have you write a couple things down. If you don't, when you rewatch this later or do this later, but what I want us to do is we need to come up with our ideal customer. A lot of people will say this, like your ideal customer or ambassador. I want to say mannequin, but that's not right. Avatar, mannequin. Yeah. Now I'm like envisioning us all having like those blow up dolls in our room. Like this this is our targeted market. No, having um creating an avatar of who, like actually writing out who is our targeted audience. Now this is going to be different for each of us. There's going to be a lot of overlap, but basically when we're thinking of our targeted customer, our ideal ambassador. So what you want to write down, and then you can think through this on your own later, is um, what, who, break it down to who exactly do you want to attract, and be really specific on this. So, like for example, for some of mine, think of like age range, gender, even geographical status. Are they, do they work from home, or do they stay at home? Are they stay at home mom, or do they have a job? Do they, whatever it is. And some of this stuff you're like, I found myself when I was doing this thinking, well, I don't really care. Like as long as they want to work, right? That even that little bit is scarcity mindset. For this exercise, of course, someone, it might not matter if someone has another job or if they stay home with their kids. Either one of those could be great at this. But for this exercise, it's really important that we are very specific. So think of, basically create an avatar. You don't need to like draw it out or do whatever you do on a computer, but write out describe this person um, as specific and as detailed as you can. And what I found myself doing when I was doing this is um, the person I was describing was basically me. That's what's going to happen, because we attract who we are. You know, you want to work with people that are like you. And so when I think, and do one for your customer, your ideal customer, one for your ideal ambassador. And those were different for me. I realized that my ideal customer um, was in an older age range, older than me, that was more stable, somebody that would order their products every single month. You know, I'm thinking of people that take a lot of um, prescription medications that they could possibly replace and have a better quality of life with our products. Um, Specifically for me, for example, for my ideal customer was somebody that struggles with anxiety. A lot of my customers are hemp customers. That's kind of what I've naturally targeted, um, but not intentionally. So um, after the call, or when you guys get a chance, create that ideal customer avatar and ideal or ambassador avatar. And then what we want to do is be intentional about how we are posting and how we are reaching, who we are reaching out to. So once you've created this person, then we're going to go through our Facebook friends lists and think of like kids friends, you know, anybody, your friends, your family members, and write out the people that match this description. Make a list of all the people that match this description, and that is your targeted audience. So this doesn't mean like don't talk to the people that are outside of your targeted audience. That doesn't mean don't, you know, reach out to them or don't answer them when they message you if they're messaging you. But this gives us a target. And this works a lot better than just mass marketing and hoping anybody jumps in. So once you have this ideal customer, this ideal ambassador, then what we're going to do is create some posts, plan some posts, and that will speak specifically to these people. When we're posting our stories, and we talked about this a couple weeks ago, creating content that is specific to what we're actually going through, right? Sharing stories of, like, I'm starting to talk now about my postpartum recovery, which is a night and day difference than before I had these products. There's so many things that I'm like, I am so glad I have Q now. And so I'm sharing that's actually happening to me right now. It's actually part of my life. And I'm going to be targeting it towards postpartum moms, you know, that have young kids that still feel like they're not recovered, or they're not themselves. You know how much hormones change and things. I know with Asa, it took a good year for me to feel kind of normal. And if I had Vitalize, I can't imagine how much quicker I could have felt better, right? If I had hemp, can imagine how much quicker I would have felt better. So I'm creating posts now that are speaking to those people, that are targeting that group of people. And it gives a focus to what we're doing. So then you're going to create your avatars, And then plan out some posts, even just start small for a week. And that seems like a big undertaking, and it sometimes it feels like that. But even, Monday through Friday, write out some, you can either type your post out, figure out what picture you want to use or what direction you want to go in those posts, and plan those out and try it out for a week of targeted marketing and just see the feedback you get. And you might not get feedback, but you're going to feel really confident and you're going to feel good um in your posting and in your strategy, even if you don't have immediate results, because there was a purpose, it was intentional. um I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I'll be scrambling, like I need to make a Q post or I need to make a post for my business. And I'm thinking, okay, what do I want to post about? I don't know, like just anything. And then I throw something out there, but it has no real intention, has no real target, and it just feels like I'm just like throwing something against the wall and hoping it sticks, right? So when we have a plan and we're intentional about who we are talking to, um, it makes me feel a lot more confident in my posting and in the content that I'm sharing. Um, and so once you've done this with one ideal customer, you can do this and create another ideal customer avatar that maybe is, um, you have your ideal customer and then you have something that is your second best or your next best idea of somebody, because we are being so detailed and specific in creating these ideal people. You can do a couple of them that are all can still be your ideal customer, but just look a little bit different. Um, and yeah, so I'm really excited to actually use this and be more intentional about who I'm talking to. Um, I'm sure if you guys have made a post that is something that is real, that is happening in your life, that is authentic to what you're going through, and you're sharing your story of how Q is helping you either in the business or with the products, that's when we get the most feedback on our posts. 100% of the time when we are sharing our stories and what we are personally going through. Um, and so I think that this is going to be a really great way for us to just amp that up and like I said, be a lot more intentional um, with our posting. And then yeah, I encourage you guys to we can talk more. Once we try this out for this week, we can get some feedback next week and see how we did and maybe look more into this. If you guys are, I'm like fascinated by the how this works out. But we can talk more about it. But I really do encourage you to get on YouTube, do some research and training on your own, and share anything in the group that you find about this, about different tips to use. There's like different formulas to like create your uh, targeted audience, and different things you can try. So share anything you find that's interesting with the group, and I'm excited for us to try this and see kind of how it goes. But I know I've been a little bit more intentional the last couple of days, and I'm getting a lot of responses and a lot of feedback um, in my posting, because I have a clear vision of exactly who I want to join my team. I have a clear vision of exactly the customer I want. Um, and we won't get into this tonight because we'll be on here forever, but that can also lead into a lot of manifestation and like Farron was talking about, really speaking um, positive affirmations and speaking those things that we want, claiming those people that we want on our team. That helps a lot identifying who that is. So does anyone have anything to add to that, or any questions about targeted marketing or anything? No. Okay. Jordan,
No, but that was really good.
oh, thank you.
I'm excited to try it.
I know, me too. I'm like nerding out about, I think it's geeking out is the word, not nerding out. But I thought pregnancy brain was bad. This like postpartum brain I don't have one. Like I'm just like here somewhere. Um, but yeah. So I'm like, it's so fascinating, and like it's smart. Like I feel like I've been mass marketing because I just want anyone to join, right? We just want we think like we just want volume of people to join us. But we have to remember it doesn't take many, and we're going to save ourselves a lot of headache and a lot of time if we're more intentional. So, Jordan, did you have a chance to watch Q News this morning? You didn't? Okay, either have I. So we're not gonna do a Q News update. But I encourage you guys to go back. I'm gonna go back after this call and watch Q News. Thank God that they post the recording and it's not just live. So let's go back and watch that so we get any updates that we need. And yeah. Does anyone else have anything else to add or any other updates or anything? No. Okay. Well, I will upload this once it processes and tag anyone that wasn't on the call to go back and rewatch. And yeah, I'm excited for this week, you guys. I'm excited to get back to work. Jordan's married. I had my baby, so we can focus on our businesses. So, all right, guys, have a great night. Bye.